let's come to our seated mountain pose to begin our class this morning. Feeling both hips resting fully and comfortably on our chairs, our feet resting fully and comfortably on the floor. Taking a moment to align joints, to lengthen and align our spine. Begin moving our awareness within and connecting with our breath. And as we begin our practice this morning, we're going to put one hand on our chest, one hand on our low belly. And we're going to start by just breathing into the hand, covering our chest. Starting to breathe in and out through the nose. And then we're going to try to breathe just into our low belly. Let the breaths flow smoothly and evenly. And then let's breathe into both areas. Full relaxing inhalations and exhalations through our nose. And as we each connect with the rhythm, your choice to leave your hands here, rest them back on our lap. As we gently scan through our bodies, releasing the stress and tension from our muscles and joints, letting go of the worrisome thoughts in our minds, bringing our full presence to our practice and into the moment. And as always, taking a moment to acknowledge any areas that might need a little extra care today. And as we move and breathe through our practice, listening to and honoring our body, to enjoy our practice without any expectations and without judgment. Each of us finding our most beneficial practice for us today. So we're going to start with just some eye exercises. So if you had your eyes closed, just take a few moments, blink them a few times, and then open and find a point to gaze at straight ahead. On an inhale, eyes only, you're going to look up. And then bring them back to that center point, and then eyes only, look down. Back to center, looking up. Center, looking down. One more time, look up. One more time, look center. One more time, look down. And then closing our eyes, let those muscles rest. And then as we open eyes again, eyes only, you're going to look to the right, back to that center point, and to the left. Back to center, looking right, back to center, looking left. One more time, looking right. One more time, looking left. And then closing our eyes, let those muscles rest. Nice calming, centering breath. As we open our eyes one last time, we're going to do our circles around the clock. So eyes only, you're going to look to 12. Eyes only, look to 3, down to 6, over to 9, back to 12. Continue circling your clock with your eyes only, trying to smooth out. So instead of doing just quarter hours, we're kind of just tracing all the numbers around the clock. Next time you get to 12, back to the center point, center of our clock, close your eyes, let those muscles rest. We've got one more way. We have to go counterclockwise. So when we're ready, eyes open, looking to 12, and then to 9, to 6, to 3, back to 12. And again, same thing, same circle, opposite direction. Eyes only. Keep the tension out of the jaw, the shoulders. And the next time you get to 12, back to center, close your eyes. And let's rub our hands together, creating a little heat, a little energy. And then we're going to lightly cup over our eyes. Just let that heat penetrate behind our eyelids. Take a few warming inhalations and exhalations. And when we feel ready, start to float your hands away, gently opening our eyes. Taking a nice centering breath back in mountain. As we inhale, we're going to move to our chin now. Chin is going to extend up, back to center, chin tucks down. And back to center, up, and center, and down, and center. One more time, chin is up. Make sure you keep the length of the neck in the back to center, and then tucking down. Stay here for one breath, let the shoulders relax, and then inhale, gently roll the right ear to the right shoulder. Exhale, back to center, left ear to left shoulder, and back to center. Continue the flow. Shoulder to chest to other shoulder. One more time, right ear to right shoulder, back to center, left ear to left shoulder, back to center. Take one more inhale here, let go of any tension in the shoulders, and as we exhale, float that chin back up to its neutral position, which is parallel to the floor. Inhale, turning our head to the right, back to center, and turning our head to the left. Back to center. A few more flows from side to side. One last flow, turning our head to the left. And then just before we leave our head and neck area, we've got one more joint that we want to get warmed up, and that's our jaw. So feel free to turn it into a yawn, but we're going to inhale, we're going to open our jaw nice and easy. And exhale, close your jaw. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. And exhale, close. Just like any other jaw, maybe even just rub your jawbone a little bit, your TMJ. This joint can get arthritic just like every other joint in our body. So let's take a breath here. Arms by our side. Let's do a few arm swings. Start to move into our shoulders a little bit. Maybe our elbows too, as we bend our elbows. Maybe into our fingers as we gently fist the fingers and release. Good, and then opening our shoulder joints a little bit more, we're gonna crisscross. And then again, feel free to warm up the elbow joints a little bit more, the finger joints a little bit more. And then arms are gonna float back to our side. Let's inhale, right arm's gonna make an extension up through the front and exhale down. Left arm. Go back to the right. And back to the left. Let's move from the side. So another way our shoulder joint moves. Again, we're moving with our breath. We're finding our range of motion, right arm, or left arm, excuse me. Let's go back to the right. And back to the left. With both arms by our side, we're going to bring our shoulders up to our ears, roll them forward, down and back. Nice and slow and steady. Getting all those little creaks and cracks out of our shoulder joints, warming up that upper back. And when you feel ready, reverse your circle. And then as we roll our shoulders down and back, as we come back to mountain, let's pause here. Take a few moments, breathe, feel free to grab water now and whenever. And just feel the different kind of energy, the inner space of the areas that we've warmed up as compared to the areas that we haven't yet. So we're going to start. Let's bring our arms to our side again, and we're going to inhale just the right arm up, exhale it down, and the left arm. Let's do both arms. Inhale both arms up, exhale both arms down. So we're going to turn our palms forward as we inhale, arms up. Turn your palms the opposite way, down as we lower. One more inhale, all the way up. One more exhale, all the way down. Next inhale, we're going to bring our palms up, but only halfway. We're going to do our shoulder flow. So from here, inhale, both arms are going to be up, but our palms stay facing back. Exhale, bend the elbows, fingertips to shoulders. Inhale, keep your hands on your shoulders and lower your elbows as low as you can. Inhale, we're going to lift the elbows up. Exhale, and inhale down, halfway. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, elbows bend. Inhale, elbows lower. Exhale, elbows lift. Inhale, arms extend. Exhale, halfway down. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, elbows down. Exhale, elbows up. Inhale, arms up. This time, exhale all the way down. Good. Shake out those arms a little bit. Feel free to roll the shoulders. Again, bring our arms to our side. Let's inhale. Right arm's going to reach over, lateral extension, and exhale, release it down. Left arm. Inhale, both arms. Palms up as we go up. Palms down as we go down. One more time. Inhale, palms up. Exhale, palms down. One more time, we're going to inhale, palms up. And as we exhale, we're just going to lower fingertips to the top of the shoulders, elbows sticking out to the side. From here, we're going to inhale, both elbows up. Exhale, elbows back to neutral, and then inhale, both elbows down. Back to neutral. Inhale up. Exhale, neutral. Inhale down. And neutral. Let's do that one more time. Elbows up, back to neutral, elbows down, back to neutral. And this time we're going to circle, make circles with our elbows. Feel free to bring those elbows as close together in the front as you can. And then reverse, open nice and wide. And then shoulders relax down, hands come to rest once more on our laps, seated mountain. To breathe, to check in, to feel that warming energy starting to flow down into our mid-back area. So let's bring it down to the rest of our spine as we move through our cat-cow. So let's have our hands resting on our thighs, kind of in a mid position here. And on an inhale, we're going to slide our hands back towards our hips, elbows pull behind. You should feel your shoulder blades squeeze, your low back arch, lift the heart, maybe lift the gaze, cow pose. As we exhale, we're going to start to tuck the tailbone, pull the belly in, slide your hands towards your knees, tuck your chin, cat pose. Inhale, hands slide back, heart lifts, cow. Exhale, belly in, chin tucks, hands slide to knees, cat. Let's continue this flow a few times. Starting to move that energy along the entire length of our spine, from our tailbone all the way up our spine, out through the crown of our head. One more inhale and cow. One more exhale and count. And let's inhale back to that neutral position, mountain pose, shoulders over hips. Taking a breath or two here. And then once more, arms are going to reach by our side. On an inhale, right arm's going to reach over. Maybe add a little bit more of a lateral extension. Remember, hand can stay at our hip alongside our body, maybe even coming to our shoulder. Adjusting for our shoulder joint, adjusting for our low back. As we gently lengthen one side of our spine and the other, flowing through lateral extension. Again, as we move with our breath, we're present in the moment, listening to and honoring our bodies. Let's do one more each side. And then inhale, both arms are going to reach overhead. Nice long spine. Exhale, keep the length in the spine. Bring the hands to the heart. And then we're going to place our thumbs on our sternum. We're going to move into our seated twist. So we're not going to move our hands. Take a nice inhalation here. Exhale. We're gently twisting to the right. Back to center. Twist to the left. Inhale, center, twist to the right. Inhale, center, twist to the left. One more flow, each direction. And then as we come back to center, just floating our hands to our lap. Feel free to roll the shoulders, shake anything out. And let's get our fingers and hands warmed up. So let's just start by moving some energy. So we're going to place our hands on our lap. Shoulders over hips. Feel free to close your eyes here or soft gaze forward. On an inhale, we're just going to float our hands off our laps and exhale, float them back down. So just starting to move some energy, inhaling and exhaling. One more inhale. One more exhale. Next inhale, we're going to float our hands up, bring our palms together, keeping the tips of our fingers together. On an inhale, we're going to separate our hands. Exhale, press them together. Inhale and exhale. One more time, inhaling. And as we exhale, hands come together in front of our heart. We're going to shift from right to left. So inhale, we're going to press that right arm out to the right. Exhale, back to center. And then press to the left. And back to center. Press to the right. And center. Press to the left. And center. From here, interlace your fingers. Remember which index finger is on top. We're going to reach our arms out in front. Lift them up, go as high as you can, and then start to separate your arms, scraping the walls on either side as we come all the way down and bring our hands back to our hearts. We're going to do that one more time. This time we're going to press to the left first, back to center, and press to the right. And center.
Your phone was ringing.
Left.
Huh? Your phone was ringing.
It was?
And to the right.
You want me to take that letter down?
No, you don't have to today.
Ron's out there on the driveway, so I don't want
One more time, each direction. And then interlacing your fingers, the other index finger on top as we press forward. Extend up. Release out. And all the way down. Good, let's do some wrist circles. Both directions. Good, and then little finger circles. So start with your thumbs, just circle the thumbs. Relax your shoulders. both directions. And then circle the index fingers. Both directions, and then the middle fingers. Both directions. Ring fingers, both directions. And then pinkies, both directions. Good. Shake out both hands. We'll do a few fists and extensions, or maybe even a few little flicks. Good, and shake them out, and let's come back to mountain. Take a moment, take a breath, center. Feel free to drink now or whenever. We need to stay hydrated. And as we're ready, let's move to our lower legs as we start to gently march. Start off nice and slow, smooth movements with the breath. And we're going to do tap out. So if you're sitting really far back in your chair, you might have to scoot forward a little bit. As we lift our right leg, we're going to tap it out, tap it in. Do the same with the left leg. Alternating tap outs. You decide how high you want to lift your leg, how far you want to tap out, but you want that movement to be from the hip. You don't want to keep your thigh in and just kind of tap out from the knee. It's the whole leg. One more each side. Good, and once we're stable on our chairs, inhale the right leg straight out and rebend, and the left leg. Alternating leg extensions. We're actively reaching through the heel, listening to our body, warming up those knee joints and the muscles supporting our knees, our quadriceps, these big muscles, the top of our legs. One more extension through the right, one more extension to the left. And let's see if we can lift both legs and do some flex points. Good, and some circles. Both directions. And then slowly, let's float our feet back down, give everything a shake, roll the shoulders. So we're gonna do a salutation today. We're gonna go through it 3 times. And it's gonna include whatever variation you want of a stand to a sit. So it might just be a heel lift if you want to stay seated. It might be a glute squeeze, maybe a heel lift with a glute squeeze. All the muscles that we use to stand up, we're using, or we can stand all the way up. We can sit all the way down. So feel it out, see which works for you. We're going to start with our hands in prayer. On an inhale, right arm only is going to sweep overhead. Exhale, we're going to release that arm down. Inhale, left arm. Exhale, down. Inhale, both arms. Exhale, we're going to bring our hands down to our heart. As we inhale, we're going to reach our arms forward and out, palms up, sun pose. As we exhale, we're going to reach our arms behind, extend forward into our airplane. Feels more like a jet, but we're good here. And then inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, sweep the arms down. We're going to lift that right knee, maybe just a march or a hug. And then we're going to do the other leg, same thing. Inhale, arms overhead. As we exhale, let's cactus into a twist. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, cactus to the twist. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, arms down. We're going to press through the heels. Stand up. Inhale here. Exhale, sit back down. Hands to heart. Let's do that 2 more times. So here we go. Inhale, right arm only. Lateral extension. Left arm only. Inhale, both arms. Exhale, hands together in front of our hearts. As we inhale, we're going to reach our arms forward and out, sun pose. Exhale, hinge forward, arms behind us, airplane. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, sweep the arms, lift the knee, give it a hug. Other leg. Twist to the right, arms in cactus. Back up to center, twist to the left, arms in cactus. Inhale here, exhale, arms come down, press through the heels, stand up. Inhale here, exhale, sink through the heels, sit down, hands to heart. Let's do that one more time. Feel free to modify, do a different version of stand to sit if you want as we inhale right arm. Exhale, lowering it down. Inhale, left arm. Exhale it down. Inhale, both arms. Exhale, hands come together. Gently press the palms together. Keep those arms active. Inhale, reaching forward, extending out, sun pose. Exhale, airplane. Inhale, arms reach overhead. Exhale, sweep the arms down, lift the right knee, hug it in. Inhale. Exhale, other leg. We've got our twists. So we exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, arms down, press through the heels, stand up. Inhale here, exhale, sink through the heels, sit down, hands come to heart. Take a few moments to breathe, to check in, to grab a drink. And when we're ready, we're going to make our way to standing mountain behind our chair. So let's find standing mountain pose. Just like seated mountain, we have our joints aligned, our spine aligned. We feel centered and grounded, connected with our breath. Let's bring our attention down to our feet, feeling all four corners of our feet, resting fully and comfortably on the floor, sorry. Take one more inhalation, exhalation, hands on the chair. We're going to lift just the right heel and then lower the right, lift the left. So start with some struts. Just warming up the toes, the feet, the calves, the ankles. We're lowering both heels. You might want to turn sideways just a little bit because we're going to do a march or a knee lift. So left hand on the chair, inhale, right leg's going to come up, exhale, lower. Inhale, lift, exhale, lower. Flex your foot as you lift and lower. We're going to add on to this. So we're going to inhale, lift that leg forward. As we exhale, keep the knee bent, keep the foot flexed, and reach behind like we're closing a door behind us. Inhale, bring it back up. Exhale, press it back. One more time. Inhale, up. Exhale, back. And then back to mountain. Pause here. Maybe feeling little differences between the right and the left hips. Let's move to the other side. So you can turn around if you want, do it any way you'd like at your house. So on an inhale, just the left foot's going to lift and lower. So the knee bends, the foot flexes. Starting to get that hip joint warmed up. Keep that spine long. Let's add that press back. So as we lift, keep the knee bent, keep the foot flexed, press behind you. Inhale, back up. Exhale, press behind. Inhale, up. Press behind and lower. And then feel free to do a few little struts. Roll the shoulders. Take a moment here. And then having a little bit of room, we're going to move our leg out to the side. So left leg is going to stand. Right leg is going to tap out to the right. And as we exhale, cross it in front. Inhale, tap it back, out to the side, and then we're going to tap behind us. Inhale to the side, tap front. So we're crossing just gently, if that works for you, even if you tap right in front of that foot. And then lower that leg or bring that leg back to center. Let's do the other leg. So we're going to inhale, left, tap the left foot out, exhale, cross it in front, tap it out, cross it behind. Tap it out, cross front, tap it out, cross behind. Let's do it one more time. Tap front, or tap out, tap front, tap out, tap back, and then back to mountain again. Strut it out a little bit, roll the shoulders. We're going to add an arm flow here. So let's keep our left leg standing, left hand on the chair. This time as we inhale, right leg out, right arm out. And as we exhale, we're going to tap just behind and we're going to bring the arm overhead. Back out, arm overhead as we tap behind, arm overhead. Next time we're going to look. So as we lift our arm, tap behind, look over your left shoulder. Inhale back out. Exhale, everything crosses, look to the left. One last time. And then slowly come back. Again, pause here. Notice maybe subtle differences between the left and right sides of our body. So let's balance ourselves out. Right hand on the chair, right leg is our standing leg. As we tap our left leg out, left arm reaches out to the side as well. We're going to tap behind, left arm reaches overhead. Come back out, over and behind. One more time, and then we're going to add that gaze again, if you feel comfortable. So as we lift our arm, tap behind, look over the right shoulder. Inhale back out to the side. One more time. And then let's come back to center. Feel free to roll the shoulders, do some struts. Let's do a downward facing dog. Holding onto the chair, walking back. Bend those knees, lengthen that spine, take 3 breaths in downward dog. Just releasing and opening up the low back. And then slowly we're going to make our way out of our downward dog. Back to mountain. Let's inhale our right arm out, reaching out. We're going to circle it forward. Circle it back. And lower it down. Left arm's going to do the same. Circle forward. You decide how big the circles are going to be. Circle back. And slowly bring it back. Finding our mountain pose. On an inhale, we're going to hinge our hips back, bend our knees, find our chair pose, and then back up to standing. Inhale, chair. Exhale, mountain. Maybe the right arm reaches forward. Maybe the left arm. Or maybe both arms. We're going to go through one more chair flow. And then we're going to find chair and we're going to hold on here. Too many chair words. So tuck your tailbone a little bit. And then we're just going to lift the right heel and lower it and the left heel. So we're in chair the whole time. Shoulders away from the ears. We're holding on to our chair for stability. Both heels down, slowly coming out of chair and shake everything out. Feel free to roll the shoulders, take a breath. We're going to move into our warrior one pose. So let's step our right foot back, turn our right toes out slightly, and let's bend and unbend that left knee just a few times to make sure that that knee is tracking out safely, that our hips are stable, that our spine is long. And then let's add the right arm. So as we bend the left knee, the right arm reaches overhead. Exhale, lower, inhale, and exhale. Next inhale, we're gonna bend the left knee. We're gonna reach the right arm overhead. Let's keep our left hand on the chair. Inhale, lift the left heel. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Your choice here to keep your heel down, or for a little more challenge, balance and strength, keep that left heel lifted and maybe bring the left hand off the chair to the hip or arm to reach, holding our version of warrior one for 3 breaths. And then slowly, if your heel's up, lower the heel, lower the arms, stepping out of warrior one, roll the shoulders, take a breath. And we'll move to the other side. So from mountain, left foot steps back, left toes turn out. We want our shoulders and hips facing the back of the chair as we bend and straighten that right knee. Feel free to adjust. If you feel real wobbly, walk that right foot out. Make sure that right knee feels safe, both hips feel stable and secure. And then let's start to add the left arm flow as we bend the right knee and then straighten and lower. Inhale and exhale. The next time we inhale into our warrior one, left arm stays up, right knee stays bent, right hand stays on the chair. Inhale, lift the right heel, exhale, lower. Inhale and exhale. Coming up onto the ball of our foot and then gently lowering. Everything else is staying stable. As we hold our warrior one, your choice to have your right heel down, your right heel up, right hand on the chair, on our hip, or rising to meet the left arm in our version of warrior one. Let's each find our own that's best for us for 3 breaths. And then lower the heel, lower the arms, stepping out of warrior one. Let's shake out one leg, shake out the other leg. Feel free to do some struts. Feel free to roll the shoulders. And we're going to move on to our balance pose today. So we're going to do our balancing star. So stay behind your chairs. I'm going to come out just a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. And we're going to need our feet a little bit wider than hip distance apart. So we're going to start by slowly just rocking side to side. We're going to lift the left heel, then lowered and the right heel. So we're shifting our weight. Put a little micro bend in the knee if you want. Kind of shift from one side to the other. And then maybe one arm can lift as we shift to each side. So whichever heel is up, the other arm lifts for a little counterbalance here. Good. The next time that left heel lifts, we're going to stay here. So we got a couple variations here. Maybe we stay on our left big toe and both arms come out. Maybe our left hand stays on the chair, but our left foot lifts. Balancing star. Find your balancing star. For a little more challenge, wiggle your finger or shake your foot. Twinkling stars. One more inhale, exhale. Lowering out. Give both legs a little bit of a shake. We've got the other side to do. So wide stance. Start by just rocking. So we want to get our bodies used to shifting weight. Let's find our center. Add an arm if you'd like. Just adds a little bit more weight to one side of our body and the other to challenge our balance a little bit more. The next time we lift the right heel, start to balance here and then challenge. Both hands off the chair, maybe right foot taps up. Feel free to lift the foot and tap the hand off the chair. 3 breaths in our balancing star, wiggling fingers and toes to make a twinkling star if we'd like. One more inhale, exhale. We're going to slowly come back down. Step back to mountain, roll the shoulders, do a few struts, take a breath or two here, and then we're going to have a seat, finding our seated mountain pose once more. Take a moment or two to check in as we find seated mountain, to grab some water. And as we come to mountain pose, we're going to recenter ourselves, and we're going to do it with a little bit of breathing once more. So we're going to start by placing both hands on our low belly. Relax your shoulders, and let's breathe into our belly, breathe into the palms of our hands. Just feel that gentle expansion and contraction of our bellies as we breathe. Feeling that calming energy flowing back into our bodies. And then we're going to slowly bring our hands up and just rest at our rib cage, kind of alongside of our bodies. And start to breathe into the ribs, feel that slight expansion. And then we're going to take our hands and we're going to cross them in front and kind of give yourself a hug and kind of bring those hands as close to your armpit area as you can. So we're kind of working towards the back of our rib cage. See if we can breathe here. So we're utilizing those auxiliary muscles that help us breathe. One more breath here. And then let's slowly float our arms to our side. Feel free to roll the shoulders. And then inhale, both arms are going to reach overhead. Keep that length in the spine. Exhale, float the fingertips to the shoulders. We're going to do another lateral stretch here. So inhale, we're going to lift the right elbow. Left elbow is going to kind of tuck down towards the hip, back to center. And then the other way. So a nice tick-tock back and forth here. Can stay here, or as we lift that right elbow, we can lift the right arm. Exhale, back to center. And then the same thing the other side. So your choice to keep fingertips on shoulders or do a nice extension. And the next time we lift that right elbow or extend that right arm, 3 breaths here. Breathe into the side ribs, the rib cage on that side. One last inhale, exhale, fingertips to shoulders, back to center. Inhale the other side. Remember, elbow up, arm extended, 3 breaths. And slowly, we're going to come down, bring our arms down, roll the shoulders. And then inhale, arms are going to reach all the way out. Fingertips reaching towards the wall on either side. Relax the top of the shoulders. Keep that space across the shoulders. Keep the extension through the arms. Bend the elbows, cactus. From here, take an inhale. Gently pull the elbows behind. Exhale. Gently bring the elbows in front. Inhaling and exhaling. You're sitting really far back in the chair. You might want to scoot forward just a little bit. We're going to move into a seated chest expansion or camel. So the next time we bring our elbows behind, take an inhale here, exhale. We're just going to lower a hand to each hip behind you. Keep the shoulder blades together. Keep the elbows back. Lift the heart. Breathing, seated camel. One more inhale, exhale. We're going to slowly float our hands back to our laps, funding mountain. Feel free to just roll the shoulders back a few times. If that feels good, take a moment, take a breath. From seated mountain, let's take an inhale. We're going to lift that right knee, give it a little hug in, and exhale, lower it. And then the left leg. Let's alternate some knee hugs here. Now we're going to go back to the right leg. We're going to lift it. Let's do some hip hinges, opening and shutting that hip door. And gently lower it down. Let's go to the other leg, lift some hip hinges. And then lowering that leg, scoot to the front of their chair just a little bit. And we're going to extend our right leg out, heel down, toe up. So the same movement that we did with our hip, we're going to inhale, we're going to open our leg out and bring it back to center. Inhale, open it out, back to center. So the hip's doing the same movement, just a longer extension to our leg instead of just to our knee. We've got all the way out. The next time we come out, we're going to stay here. We're going to do gate pose. Gate pose. So if you can flatten your foot, that's fine. If not, keep the heel up. We're going to keep this left knee bent. Take a nice inhalation here. And as we exhale, we're just going to slide this hand down our leg a little bit. Keep our arms straight out, left arm out to the side or overhead. Gate pose. One more inhale, exhale, we're going to lower that arm, slide that leg back to center and rebend it. Pausing here, maybe noticing a little subtle differences between the left and right sides of our body. So let's keep our right leg bent, extend our left leg. We're going to open it and shut. So same hip hinge, finding our range of motion. Remember, hips are different. Next time we slide it out, keep it there. We can flex the foot or lower the foot flat to the floor. Nice long spine, left hand on our left leg as we exhale. Just a little, slide it down, just opening our gate a little bit. Right arm can be straight to the side. It can stay on our hip. It can extend all the way overhead. Let's each find our gate pose. Breathing here. One more inhale, exhale. We're going to start to come out of that side stretch. Slide that leg back in, bring it back to center and scoot both hips back. Taking a breath or two here. Let's widen our legs. We're going to do our windshields now. So this time our knees are going inward. Next time that right knee drops, we're going to turn sideways, moving into our lunge. So adjust. You want your knee and your hip to be in a straight line. You can bring your knee forward a little bit or back. And then your choice to add the right arm, reaching over, relax the shoulders, lift the heart, breathing here. One more inhale, exhale, we're going to lower the arm, slide that leg back, and then come back to center. Again, pausing here, maybe noticing subtle differences between the right and left sides of our body. Just take a moment to kind of acknowledge what we're feeling, and then scoot the legs apart. Let's do a few more windshields. Remember, we're still listening to our body. Dropping that left knee down, sliding that left hip off the chair, adjusting the placement of our knee, of our leg for our knee and our hip, adding the left arm reaching overhead if we'd like. Hand can stay on our side, stay at our hip. Relax the shoulders, breathing here, crescent lunge. And then with our next exhalation, let's flow the arm down, slide that foot leg back, coming back to center, coming back to mountain, and take a breath or two here. So coming back to lifting our right leg one more time, let's just do some hip circles. Kind of combining all those movements that we just did. Giving that hip one more nice lubricating movement. And then lowering that leg, let's go to the other leg, same thing. And then slowly lowering that leg. From mountain, let's do a few gentle cat-cows as we inhale into cow. Exhale into cat. Inhaling and exhaling. An important joint, a big long joint, our spine, to keep flexible and strong. One more inhale, one more exhale. And the next inhale, we're going to lengthen all the way up through the crown of the head. Exhale, we're going to gently twist to the right. Inhale back to center. Twist to the left. Just a few moving twists here before we find our stationary twist. The next time we twist to the right, we can have our hands on our thighs, on our chair. That right arm can reach behind if that's comfortable for you. Turning our head, take 3 breaths in our seated twist. Next exhalation, we're going to slowly unwind, come back to center. Pausing here. Inhale, extend, exhale, gently twist to the left. Again, hands can stay on our thighs, on our chair, maybe left arm reaches behind. Feel free to turn the gaze. 3 breaths in our twist. One last inhale, exhale. We're going to slowly come out of our twist. Coming back to mountain. Let's do a few shoulder rolls, just shoulder rolling back and down. And then making sure we're stable in our chair. We're going to extend both legs. We're going to extend both hands. We're going to do circles in both directions. And opposite. And slowly lower. Just for fun, before we go into final relaxation, and some of you might have seen it if you were on Facebook this morning, but I came across this thing and I put it on my one of my Facebook pages. So we're gonna take our right foot. I'm not mirroring this, but we're gonna take our right foot and we're going to circle it clockwise. So circle your right foot clockwise. And then we're going to take our right hand and we're going to trace the number 6. And what happened to your foot? I don't know, but mine goes the same way my hand goes, and I can't do it the other way. It just does it no matter what you do. So you can kind of practice that. I don't know if it would work with the left. Let's try the left. So let's take our left leg and we're going to circle clockwise. Oh, see, it won't work that way. Oh, yeah. Okay, so circle it clockwise. And then take your left hand and make a letter 6. And say, I don't know, but my hand and my foot have to go in the same direction. My foot automatically changes. So let's see, let's do both clockwise. And then see if just your hand can go counterclockwise. I don't know, but I can't do it, guys, but that was just something fun, just to boggle our brains. So probably not the best way to start final relaxation, but let's take a few calming centering breaths. Let's get back to the moment, back to our breath. Sometimes our bodies are a mystery. We just need to accept that and to honor it. So take a few calming centering breaths. Feel free to do any additional movements, grab some socks, a sweater, as we each find our comfortable seated mountain pose for final relaxation today. As we once more connect to the relaxing rhythm of our breathing, feeling free to close our eyes or a soft gaze in front of us. Allowing our breaths to flow smoothly and evenly, deeply and effortlessly in and out. The relaxing energy flowing throughout our body. Feeling a little more relaxed with every breath we take. Feeling all of our facial muscles beginning to relax. Our eyes relaxing in their sockets, the muscles in our jaw relaxing. Our face is free of stress, free of tension. Relaxing our neck, relaxing along the tops of our shoulders. Relaxing down our arms, through our hands, all the way down to our fingertips. Letting our hands rest heavy on our thighs, our arms resting against our ribs. To relax along the length of our spine, across our upper back, between our shoulder blades, across our lower back, and across both hips. Feeling both hips sinking comfortably and fully to our chairs, and feeling supported by our chairs. We can relax our legs, our feet. Feeling that relaxation moving all the way down to the tips of our toes. We're fully present in the moment, connected with the relaxing rhythm of our breath. Calm, peaceful feelings in our body, in our minds and hearts as we enjoy final relaxation today. Let's begin to wake ourselves up. Gently starting to wiggle our fingers and toes, start to move our arms and legs, gently waking up our bodies, gently waking up our minds. And as we're ready, as we bring our hands together in front of our hearts, as we feel centered, feeling relaxed and calm, feeling strong and focused, feeling balanced and ready to move back into our day. Have a wonderful weekend, everyone. Namaste.
Thank you, Donna.
Thanks, Donna.
Okay, wait, guys, I didn't shut the recording off. Too late. I can't find it now. Okay.